All right, so this assignment is a writing assignment, and it is going to go along with if you give a mouse a cookie. Now, I don't know, you may or may not have heard of the story If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, or If You Give a Pig a Pancake. They are by Laura Numeroff, and she has several stories like that. You don't have to have this story. If you do, that's fine. If not, the story, I read the story to you here. You go ahead and click on this link right here, and you can listen to the story and the repetition it gives and the style of the story. So pay attention, close attention to that. So first listen to that story. The second thing you're going to do is you are going to be writing a story quite like the one Laura Numeroff writes. And there are stories by other students. If you click on the buttons on the left-hand side in your Blackboard, you can't see that here. I just clicked on it, so I'm going to switch over there. There are quite a few that you can listen to. So there's a button that says second grade students stories. Click on that. And let's see if it changes over. Then you can listen to stories by other students in second grade from years past. And it should get up here. There we go. There's this. There's the stories. So if you give a seahorse a caramel, if you give a wolf a sandwich, if you give an owl a towel, if you give a lion a cupcake. So you can click on some of these to get some good ideas. So if I click on one of these, you'll see here a story illustration, and it actually is read by the author. So so you can go ahead and listen to those. So there are several steps. You can go ahead and listen to those first. There's several steps, and in your Blackboard you can go ahead and you can download the pages that you'll need to work on this story. So right up in your printables you'll have pages 1, 2, 3, and 4. So page 1 is going to be the cover of your story, so you can print that out, and you'll be writing the title on that. So I'll go ahead and pull that one up. And let's see if that pulls up for us. Then let's see, there we go. If you give a blank, so whatever title you choose, that is what this is going to be. Written by and illustrated by you. So this is your title. Then you won't want to fill that one out first, but there are story plans. So you'll want to print out your story plan. All right, so this is actually page 2 of your story plan, and let's go ahead and open up the other story plan as well. All right, so here's a writer's checklist. This will go ahead and you can check this off at the end of your story. We'll come back to that. So here's a story plan. First, you need to choose the characters. So in the story, Give Your Mouse a Cookie, the story is there's a boy and there is a mouse. So think about what characters you want in your story. What character did you choose? You can write that here. Your plot. Plot is what happens in the story, so you get to choose what happens. Think about what you want your story to be about. Let's start with your first page. So your first page, if you give a blank, so your character is going to go here. And let's see if I can move this. If you give a blank, he or she will ask for, and let's go ahead and then go to the next story plan. Ask for a blank. In the boxes below here, you can write or draw what will happen to your character on each page. Draw more boxes on the back if you need more pages. So if you want your story to be really long, you can. 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll see in the student stories that there are various links. Some are shorter, some are longer. It just depends on how creative and how many ideas that you have. Finally, if you give a blank, he or she will ask for a blank. So it goes in the same style as if you give a mouse a cookie, and that will give you a lot of ideas. You're going to use your illustrations, use crayons, watercolors, color pencils for your pictures. So you're going to use what for your illustrations? So you have to write that down there. Make sure your illustrations are colorful, not too small, interesting to look at. Then in your printables, again, you're going to go ahead and write your story plan on the, here's a generic blank page. You can use this. Here you will draw your illustrations, and here you write your story. So you can use this in the student stories if you choose to just use your own pages. That is completely fine as well, as long as you have the same style and use the plan. Let's go ahead and you will have to print off more of these if you, the longer your story is. Then let's go back to your checklist. So you need to make sure you have, once you're completed with your story, you finish your planning sheet, you chose an interesting character, your story has at least 5 pages. Each sentence starts with a capital letter, each sentence ends with an end mark, a period, exclamation mark, or question mark. There are enough spaces between your words so we can read it, at least a finger space. My book is easy to read because I used my best handwriting. So that you will need to fill that out. And then once you're done with your story, which I'm so excited to hear, we will share them on a group call. And you get to share those. So I'm excited to see your stories and hear your stories, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.